Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining us again. We're continuing TGIF.
Yes.
Thank you. And
Spooktember,
true creepy stories. So tonight's creepy story, let's see. What will be tonight's creepy story? I think we're going to talk about park stories. Creepy park stories that we've had. So this one is a creepy one for us. It might not be creepy for you guys, but it's creepy for us because till this day, we still don't know if
the man exists
or not, or if we're the only ones. No, let's just see. All right, so here we go. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into the Spooktember creepy story. So again, what would you call this story? What would you title it?
Okay.
He's not invisible.
Well, hands in the pants.
Okay, hands
in the pants, man.
All right, we'll just go with there. We'll stick with that. All right, so we normally have a routine because we have so many kids, right? And we constantly have to do park day. We do park day every day so they get their exercise. It goes into their whole curriculum, blah blah blah. Because we homeschool. So we like this particular park because it's nice. It has a nice running area, has a nice spot where you can take your bike.
A lot of space.
Oh yeah.
The whole field.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only bad thing is that there's no bathroom. But we like this park. It's a big park. It's a nice park to go jogging, take a picnic, fly kites, anything you can think of that's sporty. All right, so we've been going to this park for a long time. So about, what would you say, like, it's already been
maybe
years.
like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years now that around the evening time, because we go in the morning sometimes, and sometimes we go in the afternoon. But every time we've noticed that we go around like 6 or so, by 7 o'clock, if we're not paying attention,
yes.
Between 7 and 7:30, because we've already timed it, there's this person who shows up. And he's an older man. Not sure if he's maybe unhoused, not sure, but he's always in the same clothes, black slacks and a black, like a golf jacket. I don't know if you guys know what a golf jacket is, but I actually own one, so I'll show you. Maybe I'll go get it. But anyways, so this person, and he doesn't speak. He's never spoken to anyone when we've been there, and it's been a full park, and there's full of people, whatever.
A lot of kids.
I noticed it because we were on the basketball side, and the very first time I noticed it. And the basketball side, it kind of dips in, and then there's a basketball court, and then if you walk up the hill, that's where the park side is, and then there's like another little hill where there's a big grassy area. Yeah. So I noticed that he parked on the residential side, and he would just walk back and forth on the pathway on the top. And still, people walk there all the time, so I didn't think anything about it. But what really caught my attention was when we noticed that one evening, he was just looking straight at us, blank stare, and continued to walk towards us. Yes. Now again, if you've been watching us for a while, we always talk about intuition and like gut feeling, and if it doesn't feel right, get out of there. So that day I just wasn't feeling it. Normally I would have just been like, okay, he's walking, let him pass us up and whatnot, but I wasn't feeling it. So we get the kids, and as soon as I tell the kids that we're gonna go and we start packing up, he starts like speed walking.
Yeah.
Speed walking, like boom, boom. And we're like, okay, this is weird. And I'm not wrong for feeling like this. So he starts speed walking it, and it's a pretty good distance from the side he's on to where we're at. So we like start running to the car. We get in the car, turn it on, like in a movie.
Yeah.
And we take off. And then I noticed that as soon as we take off, he turns around and he starts walking back. So that was one incident.
Also, what we noticed was
later. Let's get into it. So then that was the first encounter, right? So we're like, all right, we're gonna be careful. Let's just see if it happens again, because it's a park, right? So we go a few weeks later again, and it's around the same time, and we notice the man again. But this time, I think we noticed him before he noticed us. Yes. So we went to the car, and I'm like, but I'm not gonna leave. I want to know what this man does, okay? So we're in the car, and we're kind of just watching him, telling him like,
and he just happens to walk with his hands in his pants, and just kind of like, well, see, he has a jacket, but it's like, he's like,
in the pockets.
And then you can't tell because he has them in his jacket pockets, but then it like goes into down here somewhere, and you can't really see because it kind of looks like he's doing this, like with his hands, and he's just walking really slow. Yes. And it's just creepy. And he never goes past.
And we've never heard him speak.
The path that he
goes
on.
So we watched him and I don't know if he knew we were watching. I don't care, but he made it to like halfway. I'm gonna have to do video.
Yes, we're gonna have to show it.
But he made it halfway, and then he always circles back around, and he does maybe 2 or 3 laps like this, and then he leaves. So that was the second time.
Yes.
So then we're like, let's switch it up. Let's go in the daytime. So we went like at 8 in the morning.
Yes.
And we decided to do a live on the accordion page that we like to do. So we're having a good time. I'm singing songs, we're playing the accordion, people are watching. And next thing you know, it's like the scary movies. I happen to like turn while I'm playing. I'm
While
like,
we're live.
and I noticed the man. He just parked and he's coming, and I'm like, oh,
so early,
no.
so yeah.
So we get the kids again. I'm like, all right, thank you guys so much. We're gonna go live whenever we leave.
And he starts walking back to his car. He didn't even make it halfway the same path that he always walks. So it's kind of like he already spotted us.
Yeah, so
and
he
was
kind of,
like,
I guess we
oh.
kind of know that, but he's never spoken to us, and we've never approached him. He's never approached us.
We've never heard him
And this
speak.
has been already a few years now.
Yeah.
So one day, that was one day in the
And
morning.
then when we finally paid attention to his car,
Yes, so we finally paid attention to his car and finally saw what he'd gone into.
missing
And
hubcaps.
it's like a total, and I don't want to sound
These are
like
just
a
observations,
snob,
like,
but
no.
yeah, but you know, at least in our experience, right? Because I grew up with bad cars, with jalopies. Is that even a word anymore? Jalopies, beaters. I don't know what you guys call them.
Buckets,
fucking carcachas. Anyways, this car is a total car that I would be wary of because it didn't have any hubcaps on it.
Yeah.
It's got expired tags.
A couple of dents.
Couple of dents. So I don't know. I don't know what to think, but. That was already 3 times. Then the 4th time, it was in the afternoon. It was in the afternoon, and it was full. Like there's people riding bikes. It was springtime. There's a lot of kids, a lot of people, and I noticed the man's doing this hands in the pants thing, but he was like on the other side, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not sure if maybe we're seeing something. Maybe we're just making this up. You know, really, because it was just such a bizarre thing.
Yeah.
So I see this gentleman with his daughter, and I'm like, excuse me, do you see that man over there? And he's like. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see him.
You didn't see him?
So
He was,
I
like,
don't
right
know.
there.
And then when I looked, the man was gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe this is just something we're making up in our heads, to be honest with you. I don't know.
He only
But
appears
wait.
when we're around.
Okay, but wait. So that happened that time. Okay, the man didn't see him. We didn't see him. Then, this is recent. This is pretty recent. I would say like a month or so ago.
Yes.
And it happened to be when we were having colder weather. It was cooler weather. And so we're playing basketball with the kids. And this time
Your
my mom was with us. Our mom was with us, okay? And our mom is like total old school mom, right? Where like, she doesn't believe anything we say.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Those kinds of moms are like, you made it up. Oh, you guys are exaggerating. Ay, coyonas, those scaredy cats, whatever. So that day, my mom never wants to walk at the park.
Yeah.
And she's like, I feel like taking a walk. You know,
Taking
whatever.
laps.
So she's taking laps. And we're playing basketball. And then, again, we're playing the basketball. I make the fucking 3-pointer, and I notice, like, oh, no.
We look at the time like,
it's
baby.
the time,
Yeah.
it's the time, it's the man. So we get the kids in the car, and by that time, my mom was on the other side. And again, she's like a scary movie, right?
Yeah.
Where she doesn't believe, and if we're like, Mom, like, come on, and she won't
like,
believe us.
What? She had her.
But we had already told her prior, like, look, Mom, this is really weird. Like if it would have been my dad, we would have been telling my dad. He'd be like, oh, yeah, that's weird. Like something, yeah. Maybe take a picture or something. But my mom's like, están pendejas. Ay, inventan.
No tienen nada,
No pasa
no pasa
nada. Yeah, so anyway, so that day, it was really funny. But it wasn't funny, but it was scary at the same time. Because, so we get in the car, we circle the park, and my mom has her earbuds in, and we're trying to get her attention. And we're like, trying honking, and she's still not getting it. So then finally, we're watching the man. He's coming closer to my mom.
Closer.
And she's like right
And this time,
he went past the path.
Yes.
He went closer to where that's the closest he's ever been.
Almost to the street
Which was really interesting. So
he's going slow.
So we're honking.
He's walking. He's just
creepy.
And my mom's just like,
yeah. So then finally she takes him off, and we're like, el viejo, mom, el viejo que te digo. And so then she turns around and she's like, Dad. And then she starts walking faster, and he starts walking faster too. So she gets in the car, she crosses the street, she gets in, and we're like, drive.
And she's taking forever to get in. She's like,
yes,
espérense.
And my mom is 70 years old, you know. So she was having a hard time getting in the car, but the man continued to walk. So that was the last time we've seen him. We haven't seen him since. This has been a couple months now. Yeah. Well, we haven't gone to the park at that time. But my mom actually saw him. So I'm hoping that it's not a figment.
No.
I'm hoping it's not like some apparition that appears at that place, because she actually saw him. But what was very interesting this time was that he went past.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the creepiest part.
Yeah, because he never does.
And again, we've done, like, that's where we're taking my kids, you know, for years, and that's where they learn how to ride a bike. That's where they learn how to ride a skateboard, like, because it's a nice park. It's in a nice residential area. People are really friendly. And so, but that man, I don't know what's up with that man. Maybe we'll have to take a picture this time.
I haven't seen him, though, and then we'll do the Michael one at the park.
Oh, okay. You tell that one. So that's our first creepy story. And the second creepy story of tonight is, what would you call it?
What was that? I would call him.
My name is Michael.
My name is Michael.
Okay.
So this park, right?
Delivery truck coming in.
So it's a pretty new park, right?
So this is a new park. We like to go to parks again because I have 6 kids, okay, and they're all little,
Very energetic.
And, yes,
so
of course,
they
like a
to
Siberian
run,
Husky.
jump,
They're like a
hang,
Siberian
yes.
Husky, right? Where they have a lot of energy, bursts of energy. Got to get them to run and pick them out or whatever. And we like to go to these nice
Yeah, we like
parks
to do the
because
walking and
where
all
we
that.
live here, there's very nice parks now where they have like rock climbing, things you can do where normally you have to pay a lot of money.
Yes.
And I am frugal when it comes to things like that, and I just simply can't afford it. So, anyways,
This park's pretty cool though.
so
So
this
have
is a new
4
park.
restrooms there.
Yeah, this is
Four-
a new park. It's called an all-inclusive park. So it's actually catered to like special needs children, people who have like
swings, yeah, a lot
sensory
of-
issues, kids who have like autism. So there's many different little quirky things that you can do.
Cool little stuff like
Yes.
like if you would go to a little carnival, that one
You know
where
what it
you sit
reminds
on.
me of? It reminds me of Exploratorium.
Yes.
If any of you guys are familiar with Exploratorium in San Francisco, it's kind of like that. It's very
Mhm.
sciencey, and so this new park, it's huge. There's like 4 parks in one.
Yeah.
There's bathrooms, there's barbecue pits,
Next to a
there's
baseball
plenty of
field.
parking. So it's a great park. But every time we've tried to go, it's always, of course, the new
Oh,
park
yes.
that's super packed.
Mhm.
So this day, this particular, was it summer?
It was
summer?
evening, yes.
And it was evening. It was early evening. It was like 5 o'clock. We're like, oh, there's not too many people. Let's go to the park. Let's go try it out. So we get there, and of course, they're having a great time. They have all these like really cute
Yes, it's-
carnival-y things,
yeah, it's
almost like a
cool.
fun house.
Yeah, you
they
don't
have
know.
this one like rocking thing. They have a merry-go-round.
One that seats 8 people, so we all got on.
yeah, and
we're,
then
like,
they have this one that's
tilting
just
it.
really cool. You like it's a circle, so you spin it, and then you can like run onto
Yes.
it. They have really cool things at this park. They have like if you work out, if you like to work out and do like burpees and stuff, and like
They have
pull-ups,
all the bars,
They have
everything.
all the bars. They have like they're like almost I don't know what they are. They're like cable barbells, so you could literally go and work out.
merry-go-rounds,
Yeah, all
teeter
this cool stuff.
totters.
So much stuff
the
going
bigger
on.
ones.
So much stuff going on. And again, you know, we were very advocates. If you've known us, if you're getting to know us, we're always about like, you know, you gotta situational awareness. You gotta be watching your surroundings. So we're always like buddy systeming with the kids and whatever. We're always like on them. I know some people take their kids to the park and they
Yeah.
just let them wander. That's fine, I guess, if that's what you
I
want.
don't care. I still follow the
Right.
teenagers around.
Yes. So this
My
particular day, the kids were exploring everything, having a great time, and my daughter, she like ran off
Into the big
into this big
play structure.
but it's almost like an anthill. So you have to climb up the
Mm-hmm.
anthill. It's like a foamy anthill, and then there's a slide. And it's one of these cool slides. I don't know if you guys have seen it, where it has like what are they called?
What are they-
Coils or
Oh yeah,
rollers?
yeah, that one,
They're
yeah.
rollers. It's a roller slide. It's a roller slide. So you got to climb up that hill and then go down the roller
Yeah,
slide.
it's cool.
So this kid, I noticed that she was like talking to a kid, and I couldn't really make
We just
him
see
out.
the figure.
Yeah,
you know,
because he was
before.
like bent over,
Yeah.
and there was like there's,
He's running,
there's like
and this is a
fences.
big play structure. Like it has a little bridge,
Yeah.
and then the bars around. So like they're encaved kind of in it.
So I make my way over
She's at
there.
the top. She's
and,
about to climb
and my
down.
daughter's like talking to this person, this kid. He looks like a kid, right? Like he
Yeah.
looks like a bigger kid. Like I would say he was like maybe 10 years old. But as I got closer, he wasn't 10 years old.
you got closer because
As
she was
we
at the
got
top
closer,
and she
yeah,
was
but
about
as
to
we
climb
got
down.
Closer, as we got closer too, because she
So-
ran off. And as we got closer, I noticed that he was a special needs person. And I don't have anything against special needs people. I don't.
No.
However, this boy was like kept telling my daughter, like, you remember me? My name is Michael. You know me. Come on, we have to go. And I'm like,
That was our
why-
first time at the
Why
park.
is he telling her we have to go? He's never met her. And so I'm like, who are you here with? Because normally we have worked with children that have special needs like that, and normally there's an aide or somebody who's with
Yes.
them. So I'm like, who are you here with, honey? He's like, I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me. I'm talking to her. And I'm like, oh, okay. Normally, again, and we have experience working with
I
children
would
like
say
this.
he was at least 18.
So yeah, when we looked at him, right,
But he was
a
dressed like a
full-grown-
kid,
and I
like-
understand, you know, I'm sure mental, he's a kid, I'm sure he is. But it's interesting to me that this kid, supposedly this person, normally they when you have children, we work with kids like that, they usually have a lot of schooling and a lot of programs where they know how to be polite. Like they say, we understand that they have a disability. However, what they know what's right and what's wrong. They know, like they go to school for behavior and strategies and all this stuff. So I thought it was weird that he was trying to get my daughter to go with him, and then he didn't want to talk to me.
Because we were like,
Hey, Daviator, how's it going?
hi. And
And
we were
so-
like, get down, get
So
down.
I'm
And
telling her to
then
get
he
down,
told her
and he's
no.
just like, no,
No, come with me.
So
He's
he
like,
grabs
let's go
my
play.
daughter's arm, and he's like, we're going. I'm like, you're not taking my daughter. Get away. And that
Again,
then,
she's at
I'm
the top.
done. So I make
She's-
my way
yeah.
up this damn anthill, and I'm like, stay the fuck away from my kid. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who the fuck's gonna say that. I don't care what anybody says.
Like, let's go play
by
with her.
that
I want to
time-
play with her,
By that
not
time,
you.
I don't care. You know, I'm done being nice. I'm done being this, you know, nice person. Whatever. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're not taking my fucking
Alright.
kid. Huh?
Go
Who
ahead.
cares? And anyways, so then that's the deal with that. So yeah, so that's what happened. So we get to the park, and I'm like looking. I'm looking for this I'm looking for like this person. Who are they with, or what the fuck is going on? And so we get to the park and we got her down, and she was freaked out because she didn't know who this kid was.
There's like the boy's like, oh, it's like the boy didn't look like a little boy, Mom. Again, this was in the play structure because that's where they were at.
But then, didn't we end up seeing him like just take off?
Oh yeah, he just ran across
so after
the
I
street.
told him that, yeah, he ran across the street, and then there was no one there. There was no aid.
You know, you look around like, is he with family or like a neighbor, someone, like a
so
caretaker,
I'm
something.
thinking, and I'm being a judger, and I'm sorry if anybody gets offended. I'm thinking this was just some weirdo pretending to be a kid with special
because it is a
needs.
park known for like inclusive. You know?
And again, the area that this park is, there's a county jail that's pretty close to it. The county jail is literally like blocks away. So I don't know what the deal was. That we've never had an interaction like that.
No.
But it was very creepy because again, my daughter's little. She's 8. And so this guy's like grabbing her by the wrist and wanting to take her. And I understand that yes, mentally they're probably a child, but normally people like that have an aid with them, or they have a parent or a caretaker.
Someone
But what was really interesting to me is that a lot of these kids, like these special needs kids like that, they normally can't cross the street by themselves. They can't.
No,
they're not going to
need
run away. They're
assistance.
going to. So I don't know. That was the scary part of the
He
story.
just ran.
Was that he just took off. And it was like, okay, you didn't bother anyone else. You didn't want to play with anyone else. Why did you single out my kid?
So it's kind of like, was it, the guy just faking his voice as well? He was kind of, oh, no, but he was being really,
I don't know. It was just really, it was a very strange encounter, and it was creepy. It was creepy because by then, my daughter didn't want to go to the park anymore. She was freaked out.
I mean, and this is that we were all there,
Yes.
watching each other, and, you don't want to be like rude to anyone's kid.
No.
Especially like, some parents.
Well,
are really,
because there are a lot of laws that protect people like that, and I understand, that's what it's for. But at what point do you have to be, again, we should be protecting our children, right? So, it was a very interesting experience.
Yeah, so just like be aware.
Yeah.
Again, that was just really creepy because.
Well, it was creepy that he's putting his hands on her.
And he didn't look like a kid.
And if it would have been a smaller child, who knows what would have happened? I mean, there's bathrooms right there. You're hearing all these creepy stories,
and
right?
He kept trying to get her to go, no, let's go play over here.
By the bathrooms. So I'm lucky we were there. It was creepy. Again, this is more of like a PSA. It's a creepy story. It was creepy because we've never had an encounter like that. But it's also a creepy story because there's so many parents. We've gone to many different parks that's when they take their kid to the park, that's their me time. They go play, and they're doing this, and they're not paying attention to who's there, what's going on, and there's so much going on. It's very easy for someone to get lost. So that was the second creepy story. Any other creepy story about the parks? That one was creepy.
That one was creepy.
That one was creepy because it didn't make sense.
And I heard something recently about the same type of situation where the guy was, I think, 19 and he was special needs, and he pulled a little 3-year-old and kissed him on the mouth. And the mom went and got the parents, but they were like saying, no, my son doesn't know what he's doing. But they're like, yeah, but you came to the park and you just let him do that. Like, so I don't know what happened with that, but they did call the police. I can't remember where that happened, but it just happened recently. I saw it on TikTok.
So please watch your kids, guys. It's very easy to get distracted. It is. It's very easy to get distracted.
Yeah, teach your kids too.
Yeah,
like,
teach your kids. Again, use your voice. Your voice is your most powerful weapon. Yeah. So if something doesn't feel right, I don't give a fuck. I look stupid, scream, and whatever until somebody listens.
Yeah, don't be letting people, take your kid or touch them.
Oh, that time. You remember the trash man? That one was creepy too.
Oh yeah.
The trash man. So this is our next creepy story. So same park, the park we're talking about, the man that we think is invisible.
Yes.
So prior to that, before we started seeing him, we were all hanging out at the park on the park side where they have slides, monkey bars. They have a really cool like zip line thing, and there was about 10 of us there, because there were some people that we knew the kids from the school, and their parents were there, so we're like having a good time, laughing, ha 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 ha. And this little old man, like 80 plus, he's walking with his cane and he's picking up trash, and okay, fine, whatever, he's picking up trash, good for him. So he makes his way towards us and just starts talking shit.
Starts pointing with his cane.
Yeah, tell him.
And he's like, all this trash around this park, since you guys have these kids, you ladies could be picking up this trash, make your kids go pick up all this trash. We're like, what? We're not even, what? Like, he just went off. Like, oh yeah, this is, what do you say? He's like,
get off your can.
It's like, what? And then he's like, yeah, tell your kids to go pick up the trash.
So he's like starts walking towards the kids, and I'm like, okay.
And he's pointing again
I
with his
don't want to
cane.
get an elderly.
And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a fucking old man here. Okay.
But it was very, I'm gonna say, it was very demonic.
It was,
very
yes,
demonic,
yes.
it was like, just
okay,
man.
because we would see him all the time,
Yes.
walking, and he's
With
usually
his aide, he's usually with his aide.
Yes, and he drives a nice car, by the way. But yeah, he does drive. He does drive. Yeah, and so he would walk like kind of hunched over and really slow.
Yes.
But this day, no, he was moving pretty fast, and
You know, like they say, a bat out of you know what?
and he was standing up pretty tall, and he was just fucking waving that cane like, go pick up that trash. What? Oh my God, I'm not gonna beat this man's ass. So then he kept going off. So I finally like looked at him in the eyes. I'm like, no, something's not right.
Yeah,
like
something's not
this
right.
is like a demonic
Yes.
entity,
Yes.
something. So I just told him like, hey, dude,
Hey, thank you.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to beat your ass, sir, but get the fuck out of here. And he was like, no, because you know, I'm like, well, get the fuck out of here. I'll beat your fucking ass, old man. I don't give a fuck about your age. And then I was like, ready. I'm like, oh gosh,
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
it
beat
was
my ass.
just something very strange.
And then the other women there, they were so
They
scared.
were so scared.
But I'm okay. Somebody needs to stand up
This
because
man was going
these
like, towards the
ladies were
kids.
terrified. They were sitting there. They were just like,
Thank you, my friends can't find me.
and then there was a couple of women there that didn't speak English, so they were just like,
Yeah, so they're all like us.
and I'm like, no, no. And then this man started bringing in race because some
why
were
did he
Latin
say
women,
that? Why
and
did
he was
say
like,
that?
you brown people, because you guys,
You guys
know
pollute the world.
You- and then,
guys
like-
just have more babies, and we're like, oh,
Yeah,
this
and he was just
motherfucker.
going off. I'm like, oh, this is like one of those fucking hate crimes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's making shit up. He's just, oh, hell no. So then I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then he was just, I'm like, whatever. And we were just like, and then I'm like, whoa, I just said the prayer. I'm like, this is a fucking entity here. The fuck.
So wait, pause.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because so again, if you've been watching us for a while, we talk about this all the time. Okay, we have a very spiritual background growing up. Okay, we know who the Lord of the Lord and all that stuff, and Jesus Christ is our Savior and all that. And so these are things that we were always taught. Like if someone comes out of the blue and they're just like out of character and they're just like got that blank
It's not
stare,
making sense what they're
not
saying.
making sense what they're saying.
It sounds like
then
mumbling.
most likely it's a demon. It's most likely a demon. And the way we do it is you rebuke them to hell. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ, the blood of
Vessels
Christ.
as well.
Yes.
Vessels.
So we, and again, if you go back to our creepy stories, we've been talking about that, like the dog when we were trying to get to church and there was
Yes.
this dog
This
and then
black
this
dog.
man that chased us. A lot of these things, maybe you guys have never experienced that, but we have. And they say that when you have a spiritual foundation, and I'm not saying we're better than anyone, no, nothing like that. But when people do, or you start to get into your spiritual foundation, you know, you start to find the Lord and you start to live by the Lord, then you will have tests like this. You will have some very interesting things that they don't make sense to you in the moment. And so, do you guys like? Yes, of course. I play accordion, Hohner accordion. We love Germany. And so, anyways, it was very interesting. How did it end? I don't even remember. I just remember
He
the
just
man,
kind of like-
but the man wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
He was like stuck on.
And he was just pointing his cane, and then I just said, hey, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I just
Yes.
we just kept locking eyes, and then he just kind of like,
almost
just-
like it kind of.
he just kinda
whatever
like-
was in him.
he
in
just
that
like said,
moment.
he just said some shit to me, and it was like that.
Something like
Yeah, and he walked off, and he just went about his walk. And then the other ladies were just terrified.
They were so
I'm like, well,
scared.
someone needs to speak up because how are you gonna let a stranger?
Yeah.
I understand it's an elderly man, but this is something else.
Hey,
Like,
Soul
no.
Survivor, hello.
Hi.
So yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah.
That was, and then I was like, fuck, man, like, cause she went into action right away, and I know, like,
I'm not usually like that
Yeah.
because, again, elderly person, it's just, you have it in you, like when certain situations come up
Yes.
and you just like, kind of just get the fuck
and
up.
that was what was really interesting to me, and then that's when I knew, like, oh, something's not right, because
Mm-hmm.
Emily is normally very shy. She's very quiet, and usually I'm the one like, well, don't you touch my kids, whatever. But that day I was like still in shock. I couldn't process it because it didn't make any sense.
So I'm like, do you not get what what's
how-
happening?
I
This
couldn't
man's just
process it.
making
I'm like,
shit up.
Wait a minute. But what really made me snap out of it was this man is holding this cane, this what do you call those? Like almost like a
It's like
staff. Is that what
yes,
it's called? Like a
yes,
staff
for balance.
And he's like, but he wasn't using it for balance at that moment. He's
No.
like pointing it at the kids.
Yeah.
And at the time, my kids were little. My daughter was like 3, I think. And my
There was
son
a pregnant
like
woman
6.
there too,
And there was a
they
bunch
were
of
all-
little kids, like
Yeah.
little kids. I would say they were all like under 5 years
There's a bunch
old.
of women there.
And it was a bunch of women, yeah. And so it's like,
non-English speakers.
Yeah, they were.
So
So-
this man was like telling them hella fucking
just
fucked up shit.
racial slurs. And then, so then that happened, right? He walked off. We left the park. The ladies were all like freaked out, like, thank you for doing
One
that.
of the ladies knew us from school because her kids went to school there.
And we did
After
not
that
do that.
incident, she didn't want to look at me. She thought I was a bad guy. She didn't say that, but she was like, she didn't want to talk to me after that. I'm like, whatever.
It was the first. Oh, thank you so much, Soul Survivor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for tapping in.
I really appreciate
Lucky
everyone's
Loco,
time.
thank you. Happy Friday.
Hi,
How's it
Lucky.
going? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying our creepy stories. They might not be creepy to you guys,
Yeah.
but they're creepy to us in the moment. And so, so then let's go back to that. So we left the park, whatever,
Yes.
and then we were like, you know what? Damn, dude, like, wow, something got into you. Like, I'm glad you took action because I just couldn't process it. You know, like when people say, like, some people freeze in a moment of like a situation. Normally I'm quick to, but that day it didn't make any sense to
Like
me.
everyone was in a trance.
Yes.
Like time stood still,
Yes,
and
yes,
it was
yes.
just like,
Yes.
like you can't hear, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And so my favorite sister styling hairdo. Oh, cool. Thank you. So anyways, yeah, but then we ended up seeing that man again. Because again, he's a regular at the park too. He walks. And the last time we seen him, shortly after that, like he didn't say anything to us, remember?
No, he was
It
just like nothing ever happened.
He had this little dog, and then he was just like...
He was being hecka friendly, like, hey, how's it going?
Like it never happened. So then I ended up seeing his caregiver, and I asked her, I'm like, excuse me, I have a question. I know this is very awkward. I'm like, but does he have like dementia or anything like that? And she was like, oh, I don't remember his name. And she was like, oh no, he's super sharp as a tack. And I'm like, oh. So then you don't remember, or you choose not to remember? Was that you? Do any of you guys watch Miraculous? I know that sounds really stupid,
right?
But do any of you guys watch the little cartoon series Miraculous? I swear, it almost seems like in these stories that we're telling that they get akumanized. Do any of you guys know what I'm talking about? Can somebody please put it in there? So my kids like this show called Miraculous. I think it's on Netflix.
Yes.
And it's like the little girl, she's a teenager, and she turns into like Ladybug, and I guess what it is, it's like the villain guy is Gabriel, and I don't really know too much of the plot, but I guess he's trying to like revive his dead wife.
Yeah.
Kind of like Spider-Man type shit. This is a cartoon on Netflix. But anyways, so when he lets out the kumanizer, I guess it is. It's like a little butterfly thing, and it gets into certain people. Like it just goes and it finds people.
And
so
it entrances
so it
them.
entrances them. So and then they're most like what would you say that, like their insecurity.
Everything.
It attacks whatever they're like.
Envy, all this. Just like they get all these crazy thoughts, and then they like want to go.
So then they go and they destroy like the town, and so Miraculous has to go and like she has to kumatize them to get the thing out, and then she puts it away or whatever. Well, I swear, if any of you know what I'm talking about, that's what it reminds me of these situations where they were like akumatized or something, and we had to break the.
Like I said, vessels. You know, people have been saying wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh yeah,
yes.
So definitely wolf in sheep's clothing. If any of you guys know what that means. Yeah, definitely. So do any of you guys have any experiences like this, or
any experiences?
Any experience of creepy things like that, or
where you feel like,
or have you ever been in a situation and you freeze? Like these are things where it's like, man, I just, like crazy stuff.
That's what we were talking about, like people, like entities, like inside of people.
Yes.
When you look at their eyes, you know, and
yes.
there's like no,
just blank,
nothing.
Blank stare.
Yeah, you'd have to like experience it to know.
Yeah,
you'll know. So. You'll know if you know you do believe in God. That's what I think.
Yes.
Or
if you have a spiritual, spiritual background where you kind of like, you know, some people believe in energies, things like that. Yeah, negative and all that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So yeah, so that was creepy. That one was creepy, and any other park stories? That was the third one.
Oh, when you were playing the music, we were on live and stuff.
Oh, that one was scary.
So we were live. It wasn't scary, but in a way,
scary. It was just, you know how? Okay, let me. Can you guys please answer my question?
Okay, it was like the part in the tent.
Wait. Do any of you guys like music? Is a question. And if you do, have any of you guys ever heard of, like they say, you know, music, it takes you to different realms. Like it opens up realms, and like, and I don't mean like evil realms and like that. I just mean like how they say it, like it's a frequency. What day to about that, guys. Dad, Paul. Whatever, we'll do it later. Walk over there and tell them that's the 21st. So anyways, I don't know if any of you guys believe that, right? About music, how it's like a whole energy, frequencies. I'm not too sure what the hell it's called. But anyways, so this story, yes, October 21st. So this story, it's not very creepy, but it's more, I don't know, it was creepy to us in the moment. But I hope there's no kids in this one. I hope there's no kids in the audience because it's going to involve some adult content. So I was just talking about music, like frequencies, I don't know what they call that, like whatever, dimensions. I don't know what they call it. But anyways, so this day we were live at the park. We were doing an aquarium
on the Mexican page, right?
And it was during the mask mandate and all that stuff. So we were doing we
set up my tripod.
Yeah, we had our
and
mask
I'm
on,
recording.
And
Evelyn.
we went to this other park, and it doesn't have a playground or anything like that. It's just like a really cute park.
Very scenic, very nice, very relaxing,
very beautiful views, and there's like a little trails. Okay, so I noticed this couple was on the far end, and they were having a picnic. And the girl didn't have shoes on. Again, recently there's a lot of like unsheltered people, transients, and they just kind of kick it at the parks in the daytime. They don't set up tents or anything like that. The city doesn't allow it, but they'll hang out at the park. So I wasn't sure, I saw the shoes off, the clothes was kind of, I don't know, whatever. That's just my observation. So I'm like, whatever, they're harmless, they're doing their thing, we're gonna do our thing, and usually we do like a 30-minute video, and then we finish. So we start doing the music, everything's good, we're getting our people, hey, how's it going? Saludos to this state and that state, and whatnot, I'm playing the music. So I was playing this song called
Hi Yvette.
Hey Yvette, how's it going?
Why are you holding that thing in your hand?
Oh, it's a duster. So it's how when you record and you go live, any of you go live and you don't want background noise, get a duster
like this,
and just put it like to the side. I don't have anything to hold it
Or you
with.
can tie it. I do it old school because I don't have all that fancy stuff. I tie this under the phone usually where my tripod is.
Where the mic is.
And yes, and it
buffers the wind and it buffers the sound. So she's holding it today, so she's kind of tired. So she's moving it around.
No, it's just Yeah,
so it's a duster. But anyways,
I'll cover it.
Yeah. So that day, I was playing this song because I really like this song.
Yeah.
It's called, it's a Chalino Sanchez song, and it's called Corazoncito Tirano. And it's a love story
Hi,
song.
Machete.
Hey, Machete, how's it going? So it's a love story. It's a love song. It's called Corazoncito Tirano. It's by Chalino Sanchez. Which, everyone else sings it. Ramon Ayala sang it, but I like the version that Chalino Sanchez does. So it's... Okay, so it starts with A donde quiera que voy, me acuerdo de ti. So it says, everywhere I go, I think of you. And then the chorus line is, how does it go? Again. Fuck shit, hold on. Hold on, what does it say? I don't remember. I can't think right now. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, so the song, I really like that song, so I was really promoting that
she's
song.
in it and
playing it. So we're playing the song and I'm singing the song.
I see the couple in my camera behind me.
So I'm playing and I'm looking right, and next thing you know, I see the couple. Yeah. Well, first I just saw them walk. I saw them walk, and they're going up like pretty close to us. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? All right, whatever.
Really
so
close.
I'm still playing. I'm singing the song. And
they were next to some bushes, and they were kind of diagonal from me.
Yes.
So, like in my peripheral vision, you could see them.
But I think from their angle, I don't think they knew we could see them. And our camera was like really...
I think they like people watching.
See, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know, okay? But again, how we were talking about this weird, like, trancing thing going on, weird energy shit, whatever. So I'm playing, and next thing you know, I'm looking in the camera, and I never really look, Do y'all have an Instagram? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It's Hair by Eminem on Instagram. HAIRBYEMNEB.
Yes.
It's on my bio here. If you want to look at my bio here pardon, sorry. Like they can see what I'm doing. On my bio, it's at the very bottom. Hair by Eminem. Hair by EMNEB. It's all together.
All right, so let's continue. So I'm looking in the camera, and I don't usually, like, when I'm singing. I'm trying to remember the damn words. I don't want to fuck up the lines.
I'm like, saludos to the
so
people
I'm like, and so I'm looking, and next thing you know, I look.
She's doing this with me to me.
And I'm trying to tell her because I don't want to, and I don't want to make it obvious. I don't want to stop playing. And again, at this time, we had a lot of viewers. Like the screen would say like 1,000 or whatever, right? And so I didn't want to disappoint the viewers. So anyways, I'm trying to get her attention, and she's just like, yes,
saludos.
So what was going on, and you could see it in the camera. They were making love. They were making like full on unclothed, going at it.
So then I'm like, I don't want to be a pervert, I actually see
everything like a porno, like everything.
The penetration.
Yeah,
I actually literally the penetration. Yeah. I see the shaft.
Everything.
I'm not trying to. I'm like, why are these people doing that? They know we're like standing right here. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a pervert. I'm like, okay, we're gonna fucking end this live, dude.
So I didn't. So do we? I think I finished the song. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finish the song.
And then no, they were switching positions. She was on top of me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you for that.
Thank you. You just got your notification.
So
Oh, and they had no shame. So
I mean, fully unclothed.
they were done before we were done. So they stopped and they went on about the fucking walk, and I think they were like, yeah, good
Great
show.
music.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the creepy part
And they
again,
took off walking,
they left
hand in hand. like
yeah, whatever.
nothing.
They finished before we did, and we're like, okay, I'm not gonna finish until they get the fuck out of here.
Finish the life.
So
Finish the life,
yeah,
not the.
yeah. So I continued the music, whatever. But what was creepy about it again is like, again, how do you explain that, Emily? Like, were they just like, is that supposed to like tempt us? You know how you see like,
the lust
weird,
and the
like,
temptations,
yeah.
right? Well, come on, like in that scene in the movie, when todos están on the party y todo. And
Have any of you guys ever seen the Ten Commandments? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's a scene in the Ten Commandments. It's a Charlton Heston movie. It's an old movie. It's like from the 50s and 40s, and it's talking about the Ten Commandments, right, of the Bible. And there's a scene in there towards the end where before Moses comes and opens the river and all that, you know, there was people just living in sin, and they're doing all these nasty things and all these parties. That's kind of what that's kind of what it reminded us of, that situation. So that song, okay, so that song, right? That was that first time we saw that, and our viewers got a really cool shot. I'm surprised we didn't. Oh, thank you. I'm surprised we didn't get reported. But that wasn't our content. It just happened to be that.
Yeah, they were more like on the corner of
But
you.
you could
kind of
see
the movement,
doing, yes.
and I mean.
Yes. So that happened that day. Then we had talked about it we talked about it, remember? Remember we talked about it in the other story a couple days ago?
Yes.
We kind of talked about
Yeah,
it,
we
but
did.
not really. So a few months after that, was that a few months? It was, huh? It was like a few months after that, huh?
Yes.
So a few months after that, again, we talked about this the other day, but I'll just mention it real quick. I had went to go do a video because I wanted to do a video. This is during the pandemic, and people were really like bored, and they couldn't leave their houses. But there was this, what was it? Some kind of bar, some kind of like distillery place that was new here, and it looked really cool. And so I asked the guy like, "Hey, do you mind if I do a video in there? Like, I'll wear my mask." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, just come on." And that day too, there was just one couple in there, and I start playing this song because I was promoting the song. Like, I like the song, so I was practicing the song. I should say practicing because I don't record anything.
And again, this couple was behind me on a couch.
Yes, and so I'm starting to sing the song, and of course, what do you think happens? I mean, they didn't get as far as that other couple.
Again, she's making these weird faces. She's like, and then I'm like, yeah, and then I'm looking like.
So from there, finishing up now, thanks. So then from there, the owner had to stop them. He's like, "Come on, guys! Like, I know it's just us, but come on, dude! Like, keep it classy."
It was creepy. The guy was cold.
Yeah, and so that was what was creepy about it, was that then we
He was
ended up
getting
finding
all,
out
like, dirty.
he's like some kind of law enforcement officer.
Something.
And I don't know if she was the other woman. It was
She
just
was
it was
on
very
top straddling him, and then they were like doing it like, "Hey, girl, the camera," and like I don't know if they wanted me to like be
Join
all
them?
like, "Oh, that's so
I think
cool," or they wanted me to
join
film them.
that.
I don't know. I'm
I
like,
think they wanted you to join.
and then I'm like,
Like, oh, can I get in on that action?
no, then I'm not interested.
So maybe, so I don't know now this story. I don't know if the song is creepy, like if there's something.
What
behind
song was it?
Corazoncito
Oh my
Tirano.
gosh, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure if there's anything with that song, if that has to do with it, or just I don't know what energy that
We're
song
like
brings.
again.
But that was twice in a row.
Yeah.
So I still do the song occasionally. I do like that song. I think it's a beautiful song.
we
Look
do
it
think
up.
about it before she plays it.
Yeah, we
and
do.
We
do.
look around.
We do. And then you want to finish it off with the other song, the story in the room.
Oh, that one. Oh, well, this one wasn't. This one isn't a park story. I'm gonna wrap it up. But this one was when I was alone at home, in my apartment when I was like 12. Anyways, I was home alone. My mom was at bingo. Everyone was out. She was working. Okay, so I'm upstairs in my sister's room, and
do you guys remember the boom boxes?
Right?
They had a really big.
So I'm playing
boom box.
Carlos Santana, this song. I don't even want to say because I'm so like it's so
Yeah.
scared. Anyways, it's a song, and it's
Just tell me the name.
okay. It's Corazón Espinado. All right, I was listening to it, and I'm all. Okay. So then after that, I had my eyes closed, but I felt like this like shadow, like where you can't like I have my eyes closed, but I can like literally see my hand moving like that. So I'm like, and something black went into my room, in the hallway, and so I'm like, "Hey, Evelyn," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, the fucking lights are off. Why would she?" So I'm like, "Hello, anyone home?" And the song's still playing and all that, and then I go to the room and the lights are off, and I'm like, what the fuck? No one's in here. Of course, the lights are off. I'm like, oh. So I went and I tried turning off the damn the
Boombox?
fucking CD shit, and it wouldn't. It was like it kept replaying that fucking part. I'm
okay, shut up.
like, what the fuck? So then it just wouldn't stop. So I don't care. I left the room and I ran downstairs and I saw that I was home alone. So I opened the front door and I just locked the screen and I waited for my family to come home. So ever since then, I've never played that song again. Oh, I just never played that song. But that song, I did notice. Anytime I hear it on the radio, I'm in the car, anywhere, I fucking turn it off. I turn it off. I turn it
Somebody
off.
recently renewed that song. A Mexican group, I think it was. They renewed it, and we're like, switch.
Yeah, I'm like,
and the kids
I mean, it's
were
a
like,
pretty good.
I mean, it's
like,
catchy, right? Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no more.
But yeah, so it was funny though that day because recently somebody renewed it and we were listening to the radio and it was on and we're like trying to change it and this is a new car, I didn't know how to like move the stuff yet and I'm like and the kid's like, what's going on? Why are you guys freaking out? And so we told them, they're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's
oh,
the song I want to play.
Yeah. So
and anytime I hear it start playing and then I realize what they're playing, I get out of there. I leave the building or what. Yeah.
Come back later. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really
us.
appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to prompt you, so don't forget to like,
share,
if you
comment,
want,
subscribe if you like.
And leave a comment if you like.
Yes, go ahead and check out Evelyn's YouTube channel,
yes.
Evelyn925 on YouTube, and she plays
If you like
accordion
the
over
music,
there.
and you can go look at. I did play that song with the group a few times, Corazoncito Tirano, but
The
thank
one
God
from
nothing
the-
happened. All right, guys, have a great night. God bless you. And,
Thank you so much.
Bye. Good night. Thank you so
Have
much.
a good night, everyone.
If you're drinking, please don't drive.
Yes.
If you're driving, don't drink. If you're hanging out with females or male, whatever, use protection. What else, Emily? Don't leave with strangers.
Don't be so trusting.
Yes.
Don't be so trusting.
Don't leave with strangers.
Don't believe everything you hear or see or read on the internet, especially on YouTube. Yes.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you.